Ladies and gentlemen, the Champions League is back for match day 2, and we're going to, of course, get into some prediction. Match day 1 was unbelievable, and I can't wait to get into match day 2. So if you guys are enjoying the Champions League, smash the like, hit the big red subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get into some predictions, and we're starting in Kazakhstan. Kairat Almaty take on Real Madrid in a huge game in the Champions League. Now, this is dream stuff for Kairat Almaty. Who would have thought that they could have beaten Celtic and qualified? But no, they've already gone and done it, and now they're playing Real Madrid. Now, they may have lost in match day 1, which was expected. Now, their first home game is against the 15-time champions, Real Madrid. And Real Madrid are currently top of La Liga at the time of recording. However, they have played a game more than Barcelona have. And we've also got the Clásico on the horizon next month. So that is going to be an amazing game to watch. And they just about scraped past Marseille. Marseille obviously scored, made it 1-0, and then 2 goals for Real Madrid made it 2-1, including an Mbappe penalty, which was never a penalty. Yet again, Real Madrid just getting that bit of luck that they needed to get over the line. Haven't truly impressed me, but I think they will get another win in the Champions League here. I don't think Kairat Almaty will bring any problem for Los Blancos. I am going to go 3-1 because I am hoping that Kairat Almaty will score against the mighty Real Madrid, and their fans will remember that for a long time. Atalanta take on Brugge. Now, Brugge actually impressed me in match day 1. They were very, very good, and they continually will impress me every time I watch them. They're a very good team, very underrated team, Brugge, but going away to Atalanta is difficult. Now, Atalanta have obviously lost Gasperini. He's gone elsewhere, so it is going to be an interesting game to see for both teams. So I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going 1-1. I think this game will be on as even. 1-1. Can't split it. But Atalanta, and in particularly Lookman, needs to step up. Atletico de Madrid take on Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, I don't know what it is about Atletico Madrid. The fact that they were so bad in the first 30 minutes at the game that I watched at Anfield. You can check out the vlog. Link is in the description. I was there in the Atleti away end, supporting Atleti. But I just don't understand how they were so bad in the first half. And subsequently, they went 2-0 down, 2 very, very quick goals from Liverpool, albeit a bit of luck with the second one. But, I mean, it's Liverpool at the end of the day. And then we saw again that Atletico Madrid can play football. They are good. And Llorente obviously loves a couple of goals at Anfield, helped himself to a brace, in particular his second one was absolutely stunning. And then they go throw it all away in the last minute because they go, Liverpool obviously last minute Liverpool as normal. But Atleti then sit in and defend. I don't get why they do this. They sit in and defend after they worked themselves so hard to get back into the game. They park the bus for the first 20, go 2-0 down. They park the bus for the last 7 and ultimately concede in the last minute. And for me, Atletico de Madrid are a nearly team. They nearly get results. They nearly win Champions Leagues. They nearly go and do special things under Simeone. Don't get me wrong, he's won a couple of La Liga titles with Atletico de Madrid, but ultimately that is not enough. I know Simeone is so loved, but for me, Atletico de Madrid can't take a step up and be on the level of Real Madrid until Simeone takes that negativity out of his play style. But this is a very, very good watch because Eintracht Frankfurt destroyed Galatasaray in the opening game, which came out of nowhere. 5-1. Great result from them. For me, I said it in the last video, they are the only team that are going to compete with Bayern Munich in my eyes in the Bundesliga. I think Bayern are probably going to win it because they do look good. And we'll get on to Bayern in a bit because I did underestimate them in the last video. But this is going to be close. And I see if Frankfurt want to play the way that Galatasaray play, they're going to win here at Wanda Metropolitano. But for me, Atleti at home, you can't not bet against them. So therefore, I am going a draw. And this will not be a good result for Simeone if a defeat and a draw are the opening 2 games in the Champions League campaign. But I am going with Atletico de Madrid 1, Eintracht Frankfurt 1. There is my score prediction. But Frankfurt can quite easily outpower Atletico de Madrid in the attacking third if Atletico sit in and defend, which at home, surely they don't do that, but they could do that. This is going to be worth a watch. Bodo Glimt take on Tottenham Hotspur. Now, very, very late goal for Bodo Glimt in a draw against Slavia Prague. I said 1-1 and it finished 2-2. So I got the result right. I got a couple of points on the board in that one. But a great result for them away from home. Now they're at home and they're taking on Tottenham Hotspur, who just about scraped past Villarreal by a 1-0. I was there at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They didn't play great and they should have been punished a couple of times by Pepe, but they won. A bit of a look about the goal, bit of dreadful goalkeeping, but they won. They got the 3 points, and that's what Tottenham needed. And they beat Bodo Glimt in the semi-final of the Europa League last year. 2-1 at home and 2-0 away. So I am expecting Tottenham Hotspur to replicate that score and go there and comfortably beat the Norwegians. Safe trip to anyone going out. It is a very, very long way to the top of Norway. And I am going Bodo Glimt 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2. The Lily Whites should secure the victory. Chelsea Benfica. Now this one is interesting because I don't think that Chelsea were that bad at the Allianz Arena. I watched the full game back and on another day, Enzo tucks his chance away in the first couple of minutes. Cole Palmer isn't offside. Obviously, he took the goal away, but Cole Palmer isn't offside in that chance. Bayern ultimately ran out winners because you gave the ball to Harry Kane in attacking areas. And ultimately, what happens when Harry Kane gets the ball in attacking areas? Harry Kane scores. But I don't think Chelsea were that bad. I think the result doesn't reflect how the game went. And I think on another day, Chelsea could have done and won, or at least got a draw in that game. But they haven't impressed me, in particular in the game at Old Trafford, in a place that now they haven't won in 13 years. Everyone's been winning at Old Trafford, but for some reason, it's still a big chore for Chelsea to do that. They can't do it. And Benfica, wow, don't get me started on what happened at Benfica. They were 2-0 up. They had the game won and done after 16 minutes as well. And Qarabag, the Azerbaijans, showed some spirit, showed some strength, and what a comeback it was. A late winner for them as well, and came back at the Estadio de Luz and won by 3-2. But now, who is returning to Stamford Bridge? Jose Mourinho has taken over Benfica, and I'm expecting this one to be really, really close. I think the Qarabag was the last straw for the old manager, and in comes Jose. And they're currently in action at the time of recording. They're currently 2-1 up in the 64th minute, and this is being recorded on the Friday night. But Stamford Bridge is a very difficult place to go, and I'm expecting a great welcome for Jose. He's still part of one of the greatest Chelsea teams ever that only conceded 15 league goals, and I don't see Benfica conceding many in this game. So I'm going to go Chelsea 1, Benfica 0. I'm expecting Chelsea to get the 3 points to advance into a good stage in the Champions League table, but Jose is Jose. Something could happen. I mean, if I wasn't watching the next game, I'd be watching this game. And that game is Galatasaray Liverpool. I'm not going to watch it live, but I'm definitely going to watch a rerun of it. What an experience this is going to be for Liverpool fans. Safety concerns everywhere. Istanbul, welcome to hell, as the Tifo said against Man United. I mean, this is going to be one hell of a game, and especially after Galatasaray were beaten by 5-1 in the first game against Frankfurt. This should be a special atmosphere. And Liverpool just keep scraping by, getting 2-1 wins, last-minute winners. They have not won a game by more than a single goal this season. They've not been playing well, but they've been getting results, and that's what the Premier League champions do. They don't play well and find a way to win, and they did that in matchday 1 against Atletico de Madrid. 2 quick goals, looked like they were going to smack them. Then came the Atleti resurgence. Liverpool didn't know what hit them. Ultimately were battered over the course of the game after the 30th minute mark, and then Atleti sat in. Liverpool won it with a Van Dijk header late on, and a good result against Everton, albeit a terrible second half performance and a dodgy 3-minute adding on refereeing call, as well as Dewsbury Hall getting booked for taking a free kick quickly. But I'm expecting Liverpool to go there and win by a goal. 2-1. I think this game will be a 2-1 Liverpool victory. Galatasaray will score. I do believe that they've got some very, very good offensive players. Sane, Osimhen, Gundogan can tick in the midfield. I mean, Sane loves a goal against Liverpool, so I'm expecting him maybe to score for Galatasaray. But I just don't rate the Galatasaray defence. I don't think it's strong enough to hold Salah, Gakpo. I think Florian Wirtz could step up and perform in this game at Turk Telecom Arena. And as well, who's containing Alexander Isak. Got his first goal in the week in the Carabao Cup, so we'll have to see how he does. But I'm going with a Liverpool win in Istanbul. Inter taking on Slavia Prague. I don't really see this being a problem for Inter. They had a good win in match day 1, and they're at home at San Siro, so I don't really see Slavia Prague doing anything at San Siro. And I'm going to go a comprehensive 2-0 Inter victory. This is the game I'm going to. I am going to the Orange Velodrome to watch my French team, Olympique de Marseille, take on Ajax. Now, the most disappointing thing about this is that Ajax away fans are banned. They've got a bit of a rivalry. Marseille fans are unbelievably crazy. That's back-to-back games at the Orange Velodrome in which the fans of the away team have been banned. First Paris Saint-Germain and now Ajax. And it's looking like Liverpool fans may head that route as well. But yeah, Marseille are currently in action right now. They're playing Strasbourg away. So let me check the final score as I think the game is approaching the end. And Marseille won 2-1. Get in. The last time I checked it, Strasbourg were 1-0 up, so that's a great result for Marseille. Yeah, they're starting to tick a little bit. They obviously beat Paris Saint-Germain in Le Classique, and a goal that came off pretty much a goalkeeping mistake from a header and sent the Orange Velodrome into raptures. But then again, PSG didn't have Neves, Dembele. I was going to say Donnarumma then, but he now plays for my team, Manchester City. Somebody else was there at the Ballon d'Or ceremony. I can't believe they had the game at the same time as the Ballon d'Or. The PSG squad should have been there. But anyway, they won, and that's all that matters. But PSG have got injuries, and it's the first time that Marseille have won the Classique at the Orange Velodrome for a long time. So I was buzzing for them to see that victory. And it's going to be a good game against Ajax as well. And Ajax obviously were beaten 2-0 at home to Inter and drew their big game away at PSV 2-2, so they're not really in great form going into this game. So I am actually going to go for a Marseille win. I think the Orange Velodrome is going to be set on fire. No away fans, meaning Ajax are going to struggle because their fans really do become the 12th man when they play, in particular at Amsterdam Arena. I'm going to go Marseille 2, Ajax 1. Olympique de Marseille to get the win, to pull out the celebration. They were also very good against Real Madrid and didn't deserve a 2-1 loss, Olympique de Marseille. So yeah, 2-1. To Marseille. Love a bit of Jules, by the way. Love a bit of Jules. Paphos against Bayern Munich. This should be straight and comprehensive. Great win for Bayern Munich, and apologies for... well, I went in on Bayern Munich, to be fair, in the last video. I did go in on them hard, and they're going to be there or thereabouts to win this thing because it's looking like company's got them ticking over. And when you have Harry Kane in your team, goals are going to come. I do worry still for them defensively. I still do worry. Konrad Laimer is not a right-back. Davis has been injured for a very long time, so they're obviously having cover in at the left-back position. I think Pavlovic is really covering well, but they need to get him back. Konrad Laimer, he's not a right-back. He is a midfielder by trade, but he is covering that position very well. I'm not Upamecano's biggest fan, and I know Bayern fans absolutely love him, and Deschamps picks him all the time. He's just not my cup of tea. You know, you got a player in the squad where you're just like, oh, I don't know about him. For me, that is Upamecano, but Jonathan Tah has settled in nicely alongside him, and they do complement each other as a centre-back pairing. I still do worry for Bayern defensively when they play some of the bigger boys, but they did quite well against Chelsea to get that victory, and I think they'll smack Paphos 6-0. We know that Bayern love to score. They love to score goals against a smaller team. Christ, they beat Auckland 10-0 at the Club World Cup. So I'm going to go Paphos 0, Bayern Munich 6. Comprehensive win for Company's men, and a clean sheet for that defence. Moving on to Wednesday, Qarabag, what a win for them, and they're taking on Copenhagen at home. Qarabag could be the new Brest. I'm going for a Qarabag win. It was stunning what they did in Benfica. Stunning what they did. They stunned the Lisboa. They stunned the Portuguese faithful, and they won with an astonishing comeback win. Copenhagen drew, like I predicted them to. No, I said 2-0 to Copenhagen against Leverkusen, but they still drew. What a free kick that was from Grimaldo, by the way. But we'll come on to Leverkusen in a bit. I'm going 2-1 to Qarabag. Why not? The Azerbaijanis, why not? They can build on that first result and get a win here. Union Saint-Gilloise take on Newcastle. Now, Newcastle were not bad against Barcelona at home. They were not bad at all at St James's Park. But ultimately, Barca ran out winners. 2 great goals from Marcus Rashford. Newcastle scored late, but it was too late, and Barca held out to win 2-1. But a very positive performance. But Newcastle are a bit of a different breed at home. And there's been a lot of talk this week about Newcastle. How are they getting away with putting their fans in the top tier? No wonder their atmosphere is always good, because they've got singing sections around the whole stadium, particularly near the pitch. Even though the Premier League does state that you have to have a section of the away fans pitch side. No, we'll stick him at the gods in level 7, and it does work, and it nearly worked against Barcelona, but the better team ran out winners, and Newcastle, though, did themselves proud, and they should win this one. I mean, Union Saint-Gilloise had a great win, though, against PSV, a stunning win, in fact. Newcastle should win this game, but I'm going a draw. I just do think Union Segula, like that result against PSV away, it's very difficult to do that. Very, very difficult to do that. Came unexpectedly, and it's a great win for the Belgiques. So I'm going to go 2-2. Game of goals in Belgium. It should be a good one to go if you're a Newcastle fan. I'm looking forward to watching this one. It's an early kickoff too. AS Monaco take on City. That's where I will be in the Principality of Monaco, watching the boys in blue. I mean, Monaco, it was a crazy, crazy game. I did not expect them to lose that game like they did. But as I was saying before, Brugge are a very good team. You can't underestimate Brugge. And Monaco got battered. Now they're at home, might be a bit different, but City are starting to kick into gear. I'm liking the results that are going on. We got a great win in the Manchester derby, fantastic win against Napoli. I did have a feeling that we would win that game. I didn't think we'd win it that easily, so that was a fantastic victory for us at home. I know the red card helped. I was gutted to see Kevin go off so early, but it was still a fantastic victory for the boys in blue. And I think we're going to maintain it. I was happy with the performance. Everyone's talking about, and it is right, that Mikel Arteta doesn't go for it in the big games. And subsequently, that won't win Arsenal any trophies. And that has prevailed because the only thing that he's won is the FA Cup. Come on to Arsenal later. But nobody on the world of media, TalkSport, Sky Sports, beIN Sport, everybody, BT Sport, no one's praising City. We played really, really well. And we had chances to win it. If Haaland doesn't shoot and squares it to Foden, we go 2-0 up and win that. And that would have been brilliant. And yeah, okay, we conceded late. It's disappointing. But I was really happy with that performance. A very, very different kind of City performance from what I'm used to. And I do think we're turning a corner. If we sign Rodrigo, don't want to give Savinho a new contract, by the way. I think that's absolutely bizarre. But if we sign Rodrigo in January and get ourselves a right back, we are really cooking. We may be back. But I'm very, very happy with what I'm seeing at the moment. Very surprised with what I'm seeing at the moment. But never underestimate Pep. Great win against Napoli. And I think we're going to win this one too. So I'm going Monaco 1, City 3. City to get a win in the Principality. But the last time we were here, we were beaten by that scoreline that I've just predicted. 3-1, Sane scored for us. And we subsequently went out on away goals after winning the first leg 5-3. We lost the second leg 3-1. 6-6 on aggregate. Chaos game. And went out on away goals. And Ben Mendy, Bernardo Silva, Mbappe, Falcao, Fabinho, Bakayoko were all playing for Monaco. So it was a pretty different Monaco team. Probably Pogba might score against us like he always does. But I'll go with a City win in Monaco. And then I'll put 20 quid on black after. Speaking of Arsenal, they're taking on Olympiacos. And Olympiacos, surprisingly, didn't get a result in their big derby against Panathinaikos. That finished 1-1. And Olympiacos scored very, very late in that game away at Panathinaikos. So maybe it was a good draw with an El Kaabi goal late on. But a surprising 0-0 result at home to Paphos. They're the games that you've got to win. Olympiacos have got some very difficult opponents. And you've got to be beating teams like Paphos. No disrespect to Paphos, but that's got to be a win. And they'll be disappointed not to get that. Arsenal, this isn't a big game, so I don't really see Arteta going conservative. And there are problems around Mikel Arteta's play style, in particular against the big teams. But I think Arsenal fans will just be thankful that they managed to get themselves a result against City. Well, they got a result against City at home. They went to Anfield. Yeah, it's not really been the best start for Arsenal. And the squad is packed. It is absolutely packed. They've got that number 9 that they've been asking for. They've got Zubimendi in that midfield alongside Rice and Ødegaard. They've signed really well at the back. One of the best defences in world football. And then they've also got options now either side. They've got Eze, which I'm surprised he didn't play against City, but started and scored against Port Vale in the Cup. I'm going with a resenting Arsenal win. Arsenal 5, Olympiacos 0. They've still got to get revenge from when Olympiacos knocked them out of the Europa League in literal added time style. I remember that game. That was really fun to watch. They won 1-0 away and then obviously lost on away goals very, very late on in extra time. So, yeah. Going to be a good game to watch. I think Arsenal will batter Olympiacos. This is a different Arsenal team from the one that lost, I think, in 2019 or 2018. So yeah, Arsenal win, 5-0. Barca PSG, this is the game. This is the game, baby. This is the beautiful game. On Wednesday night, make sure you're watching this. In my opinion, the best two teams in Europe right now. going up against each other. That is what you want. This is why the Champions League is beautiful, and this should have been the final last year, even though we got a disgraceful and shameful Inter Milan performance in the final. Imagine those two teams going head-to-head in that final in Munich. It would have been box office, but we've got it today, and this is going to be insane. You've got Yamal, you've got Lewandowski, you've got the boys of Barcelona, De Jong and Pedri are killing it at the moment, and then you've got the boys of Paris Saint-Germain. I don't think Dembele's going to be fit though, and that might be a big factor in it, but you still got Barcola, Kvaratskhelia, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz. I can't call this game, it's so close. Who's going to step up? Who's going to step up? Is Yamal, the fact that he lost the Ballon d'Or to a PSG player, going to step up and go, have this, and batter the ball in the net about 3 times? That could probably happen because the kid's an absolute sensation. But can you get the experience of that PSG, in particular in that midfield, that counter the tactics of Barcelona and just sweep it all in? But they haven't started well, Luis Enrique's men this season. The defeat in Le Classique, and obviously it wasn't the best performance in the opening Champions League game, but they got the job done against Atalanta, and that's all you've got to do as the winners of this tournament. I can't call it. It's going to be a belter. 3 each. 3 each. Let's have it. Absolute goal fest. Lamine Yamal with 2, Lewandowski with 1, Fabian Ruiz rocket from outside the box, Kvaratskhelia with 1, and Desiree Doué will probably pop up as well, but he may be injured as well. I don't even know PSG's injury list. It's quite long. I'm going 3 each. Absolute belter. Absolute classic. If I had to pick a winner, it'd probably be Barcelona because they're at home, and I think their squad's not as injury depleted as Paris Saint-Germain's, and obviously PSG are going to miss Dembele. Simple as that. But I'm going 3-3. What a game this is going to be. Whoa. If I wasn't at Monaco, I'd be watching this for sure. Bayer Leverkusen, PSV. Now, PSV, an absolute terrible defeat to Union Saint-Gilloise in the first one. Leverkusen with a draw in Copenhagen. Now, Grimaldo's probably going to score a free kick, and this has got a draw written absolutely all over it. I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to nail through this one. Grimaldo free kick, and then a PSV last-minute goal. Probably an own goal from Hedrecki or something like that. Something crazy is probably going to happen in this game. I'm going 1-1. Honours even. Borussia Dortmund versus Athletic Club Bilbao. Bilbao weren't bad in the game against Arsenal. They just ran out for a better side. Like, they should have put their chances away in the first half, which happened against Man United. It just keeps happening with Bilbao. They don't put the chances away, and I think Nico and Inaki need to step up and start putting the ball in the back of the net. Can't rely on the defence to hold off big teams, and away at Dortmund, it's going to be very, very difficult to go to the Signal Iduna Park and win. Guirassi's on fire at the moment. Everything he touches going into the back of the net, and obviously Dortmund were involved in that absolute beautiful 4-4 clash with Juventus in matchday 1. They literally had the ball in the net so many times, 4-2 up, and then threw it away so late on, so they'll be out for revenge, and I think they'll get it. I think Dortmund are going to win this game by 3-1. I just don't think Bilbao are there. They're close to pushing. They're close to being a very, very good prodigy in Europe, but they're not quite there to do it just yet. I'll go 3-1 Dortmund. Home win. Napoli take on Sporting Club de Portugal. I was very, very, very surprised how poor Napoli were. They were so bad against City. No intention of attacking, and this was even before the red card. I don't recall having Scott McTominay, one of the best player in the Serie A last year, having pretty much any touches anywhere near our box. Donnarumma made 1 save, quite literally from a set piece, and that was it. I know, obviously, the game plan, well, the game plan didn't change. Conte went there to defend, and the game plan stayed exactly the same when the red card happened. If anything, they defended more. I just don't like Conte's game plan. I just don't like part the bus. I just don't like it when teams set up part the bus from the start. And surely they're not going to do this at home against Sporting, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think Napoli are too strong for Sporting. Obviously, they've lost Gyökeres, they've lost Amorim, so it's not really the same Sporting team as last year. So I'm going to go with a Napoli win. My ginger brother is going to score in a 1-0 victory for Napoli. Villarreal Juventus. Now, Villarreal were not bad against Tottenham. They were not bad, but Juve found really great spirit to come back and draw 4-4 against Dortmund in the game of matchday 1. And I can see them winning this one as well. They've started really well in the Serie A. They are top of the league. They are unbeaten. They are playing some really, really good football. And they're scoring a lot of goals, which is a bit of a shock. And I like it. It's a great shock. Juve are becoming one of the best teams to watch in Italy by an absolute country mile. So, yeah, I'm expecting them to go to Villarreal and them to win this game too. And I think they'll score a fair few goals there as well. I'm going Villarreal 1, Juventus 3. They're attacking great. They're scoring goals. Gilloise is playing absolutely unbelievable. They're strong in midfield. Okay, the back line for Juve is not as solid as it normally is for the Juves down the years because they're conceding a lot of goals. But they're outscoring teams and they're fun to watch. So, yeah, this will be a fun one to watch. If you guys aren't invested in any of the games, maybe watch this one because Juve are quite fun to watch at the moment. And that's what football's about, having fun. So there we go, there are my Champions League predictions for match day 2. Let me know what yours are in the comments down below. Can you see Olympiacos going to Arsenal and stunning the house? That would be insane. Yamas if that happens. Barcelona, PSG, which one do you guys see this one? Arguably the best 2 teams in Europe. One of them may run out winners. I don't even know who it could be. Let me know who you think in the comments. Who is going to win that one? Can Kairat Almaty stun Real Madrid in Kazakhstan? Who knows? But the Champions League is back. Match day 2 is here. My schedule is Ajax Marseille and AS Monaco City. So make sure to hit that big red subscribe button to see those videos when they drop. And let's enjoy Champions League match day 2. And hopefully I get all my predictions right. Which won't happen. That's not going to happen.